Hey, thanks for tuning in. Today I'll be going over anticipated books I have for 2023. Let's get right into it. First one, we have Spare by Prince Harry. So, as you might imagine, this is a really one-of-a-kind book where Prince Harry goes over his life till this point in his just more personal memoir and documenting just his upbringing in addition to his time serving army, in addition to meeting Meghan Markle and different endeavors to come. I think this would be a great addition to just how last year I was really captivated by just different memoirs of different people and just wanting to continue that in the year to come. From here, next one would be Central Places by Delia. For this, it goes back into me wanting to still read more Asian American authors from prior and just keeping up that momentum in doing so. For this, it's pretty much about a New York transplant who has otherwise roots in Illinois, in which they go back to their parents, in which they bring their white fiance, and the conversations and events that come from that in terms of culture, identity, and talking about it in terms of her roots and the conversations you might have with her parents from there. I'm interested in seeing just where this goes in terms of the premise of the book and just how the author is able to bring with that the conversation about just this identity and culture piece of it as well. Next up is Saving Time by Odell. But pretty much for this one, I enjoyed her book previously, which was more about how to do nothing. And as the title might imply, it's just pretty much being able to disconnect from that more attention economy and just do your own thing from that point forward. Because at the end of the day, everyone's wanting to save like your time one way or another, whether it's say like a company or different people and other things, and pretty much just how to sort of detach yourself from that. I'd say I was really interested in her work prior and seeing how she put her spin on it in terms of addressing say more social issues, whether it's social equity among other issues as a whole. Next one up we have is Romantic Comedy by Sittenfeld. This one is more about a comedy writer and how she eventually takes a romantic interest in terms of one of the show's more guest stars and how they're a pop star who usually dates more high profile people, say like actors, musicians, and different people of the like, but pretty much seeing how this possible romance might occur in this novel altogether. Pretty much for this, I just stumbled upon it, really like the premise, and I'm just going in blind, all things considered, when it comes out. Last one we have is One of Us is Back by Karen M. McManus. For this one, it was being captivated from her books prior, initially from the more like TV media, just like easy to digest overall. Pretty much I was on a flight, watched the initial one, pilot, and from there just binged the whole series. Pretty much I just wanted to go back to the source material and get a sense of where the novel is, where the TV show is, and just be able to fill in the gaps from there. I look forward to her next one and seeing where she goes from here. But pretty much it's about people who are otherwise in a detention. There are 5 of them, but only 4 make it out alive. It's pretty much about the 4 suspects from there on out and how they go about this moving forward and the subsequent events that happen from there. Everyone has their own story to tell in addition to just all the pending allegations and mysteries that come out of this case, and pretty much seeing how she is able to bring the story from this point forward in terms of things. I'd say that's all I have for today, but there's definitely a lot of more books out there not mentioned here. But if you made it this far, thanks for your time today, and as always, don't forget to be awesome.